Hello and welcome to the Mal&Johnny Show. And he's back from our holiday. Vertigo?
No, not Vertigo, it's just Spain.
All right, we come back.
It's only up the road.
It's only up the road.
No, yeah, I had Vertigo.
Right, we'll talk
awful.
about the Vertigo in a minute. Just about the holiday in Spain. Was it good? Was the weather lovely?
The weather was fantastic. I was in Tenerife, obviously, which is much better than Spain this time of year.
Yeah.
It's off the coast of Africa, of course.
Yeah.
So the weather was 23 degrees, 24 degrees, sunny every day, swimming in the sea, eating lovely Spanish food and habla español. So, it was great. I enjoyed it very much.
So when did the Vertigo happen? Were you out there or when you came back?
Yeah, I went to wash my hair one night, and normally I get in the shower to wash my hair. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't have this problem. So, and I was bending over. All of a sudden, the whole room started to spin, like when you're drunk. When you shut your eyes and everything spins.
Yes.
And I couldn't stand up. It was unbelievably bad.
Wow.
So we were going out that night to have a meal somewhere because I like to do bed and breakfast and eat out. It's part of my holiday. So I lay on the bed, and when I was dead still, it wasn't too bad. I tried to get up, but forget it. I couldn't. Wow. I was just falling about. So that lasted all night. So the next day, I still had it a bit. So I went to the chemist, and I told him the problem in my Spanish way.
Of course, yeah.
And he gave me some tablets. And they seemed to work. But I also tried something called, I think it's called the epi maneuver or something. You sit on the bed with your back up straight, and then you turn your head 45 degrees. Then you flop back quickly like that, right? Oh. And then all of a sudden, everything spins even worse. But that means it's working, okay? Because it's something to do with the inner ear, and you have one of these, crystals in your inner ear.
Okay, yeah.
So, and then you turn 45 degrees the other side, boom, and later. But, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Anyway, it went then, and then I had it a bit about 2 days ago, just a bit, not much.
Okay.
So it seems to be on the way out. I'm still taking the tablet.
Still take that.
Yeah.
I always remember about, when you're drunk. Is it Dean Martin says, you're not really drunk if you can lie on the floor without hanging on.
Well, that's what it felt like on the bed. I was hanging on. What does he say? I'm sorry for people who don't drink, because when they wake up in the morning, that's as good as they're going to feel all day.
Right. Okay, so you come back. And
I came back. And all of a sudden, Owen starts to scream. I said, what's the matter? I said, go around and have a look. And all the soffits had come out and a part of the roof. And the guy next door said, we had the most terrible thunderstorm when he was away. It's probably the thunder that's caused it.
Wow.
So anyway, a bloke came this morning. He was the surveyor for the insurance company. He said, sorry, mate. He said, how old's this house? I said, 45 years. He said, that's wear and tear, that is. He said, I don't know if it was hit by lightning. I can't see any scorch marks. I said, no, but the thunder was so fierce, it shook the house. Yes. He said, yeah, but those rafters on the end, they're getting a bit rotten, he said, so they wouldn't cover it. So I got to cough up now and pay to get it done.
Go on holiday, have vertigo, come back, struck by lightning.
I know. I mean, I'm lucky, really.
Well, I've been in hospital as well, young Johnny Tudor.
I know, I saw a picture of your leg. What did you have done?
Well, I got to tell you, fair play now, because you've heard these horror stories, isn't it? When they take out the wrong thing, because they they go for your left kidney instead of your right kidney, and some stories. Yeah. So now they do it. They actually put a great big mark. And they
put an arrow.
An arrow.
I had it on my foot. I know what you mean.
This one.
Yeah.
But it's my meniscus, Johnny. Now, I'm not one to talk about my ailments. Anyway, let me tell you about my meniscus. Do you know what your meniscus is? It's in your knee, right?
I haven't seen a meniscus.
So your meniscus is, you've got one either side, I think a lateral and a medial. That's
yes.
Right, yeah, medial. And so, as you're getting, more mature in years, you think, right, I'm going to be careful now. I'm going to run on the beach. Because it's soft. Yeah. It's a bit harder to run in, but that's probably good for you, run on the beach.
Yes, good for the muscles.
What I didn't take into account was running down from the house to the beach on tarmac. Well, it happened last May, and it went, pain right at my knee. Now, I was brought up in the school of football. Actually, it was a guy called Robbie James who used to play for Wales. His dad, I remember his dad saying, just stamp it off, Mal, stamp it off, Malwyn.
Stamp it off.
Got a bad leg, you stamp it off, and then it's supposed to give it. So I stamped it off, and then I ran for 6 kilometres, and that was the last time I ran last May. That was it. And so I've been
you
back and
damaged
forth.
it more, did you?
Yeah, so they managed to get me in nice and quick because I'm.
Did they do it with a full anaesthetic or a back, a stab at the back?
Yeah, no, it was totally out to the. And the funny thing is, like, obviously, they you put a little bit of oxygen on and stuff, and have a little chat with you. And they said, I'm just going to put a little, can to something in your arm, where they do that. Little.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to put in, and then I woke up and it was, it was hours later, and I'd had it done. And
yeah. See, when I've had stuff done on my legs, I've only had like feet done and knees. Okay, I've had like arthroscopy. I've said I wanted what they call it, a spinal block.
Oh, like an epidural for girls when they have babies. Yeah.
But epidural, a spinal block just lasts as long as the operation, half an hour, whatever. Mm-hmm. And because it's much better when you get older. Because what's happened to our poor friend Ruth Maddox.
Yeah.
You get a full anaesthetic. You don't know. You could get you could have a stroke, all sorts of stuff. So I always opt, if it's anything below the waist, get a spinal block.
How far below the waist? Just to.
Well, you know what? When I came around, because I couldn't feel anything, right?
Below the waist.
So I said to the nurse, I told her this today, I said, nurse, I said, I can't feel my willy. She said, you watch, it doesn't stay like that.
She said, don't worry, we've cut your arms off. No, it is. I mean, the thing is, because they sit you down there before you sign the form.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Pope, just for a heart attack, stroke, could, nerve, infection, COVID. I'm thinking...
Should I do this?
What's the good thing? Yeah, and then the good points are, well, anyway.
So have you have physio now, I suppose, have you?
Well, they just say, just start using it. Start using it, gently. I had the stitches out yesterday, so I don't need to talk about it too much, Johnny, but basically the codeine's working. I've been asleep for the last week and a half.
So you haven't been to the BBC lately, then?
No.
I got to go in on Friday.
Oh, right. What have you for good behaviour?
Daredevil has sent me a message.
Right.
He's found out. Right. He's actually found out my age. Now then, next week I am going to be.
I know. I can't believe it.
80.
I can't believe it. I
can't believe it. And he's going to out me on Radio Wales, Radio Cymru. I'm going to speak to Sian Cothy.
Fantastic, and that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Must admit, I did mention it to a couple of people, Johnny. I can't believe it. 80 years old and tap dancing.
Well, yeah, you don't give in, do you?
You don't never give in.
As long as you don't pull your meniscus, you're fine.
I know. Have you got anything? Obviously, you got anything else planned?
I'm taking all the family out for a meal, that's all.
That's lovely.
We'll all go to a nice Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
And we'll have some nice food.
Fantastic.
And a couple of drinks. But we're doing it lunchtime-ish, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, because we are taking the little ones as well, the little girls.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. Well, congratulations. We'll probably talk about that next week, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Johnny Tudor's going to be 80 years old. Can you believe that?
No, don't tell anybody. I don't want to know. I'm going to knock 10 years off like Dorothy Squires. She changed it. She changed her passport,
No.
She Tipp-X'd it. And it came back on her because she couldn't get a pension because they didn't think she was 65. Because she'd put 10 years younger on it. Oh, my God.
Well, that's the thing about pension. Every time I get close to having the pension, they up the age, man. They up the age.
Well, they do. They're going up to 67 now. What is it now? 67?
66, I think it is. I don't know. It's going
66.
Up. As I get closer to the finish line, they just pull the finish
move
line
it
away. Yeah.
Well, I know I'm getting it. They sent me a letter the other day, and it said, as you're coming up to 80, this is your new, we're going to raise your pension by 25p.
Fantastic. Well, to be honest, you've earned it, Johnny. Honestly,
I know.
If just for
I
the podcast.
wrote back, said this letter costs more than 25p.
All right, so you're 80 next week. Yeah. 80 next week. And what are the plans then for the year now? You're getting yourself sorted. Anything coming in?
Let me think. What am I going to do?
It's My Shout. How did It's My Shout go?
My Shout did very well. I'm waiting. We saw the preview for the cast and the crew and that. But I think they're going to be showing it then when they do this bit of a competition, don't they?
Yes.
To see which one's the best film and whatever. And I really enjoyed doing it. Now, a great bunch of people. I worked with Val Mike Jones, who I worked with, first of all, on Disco Down when I was a youngster, back in the late 60s. And I keep reminding her, she didn't like too long ago, she said. And I was in my agent's got a club called the Casablanca Club now. It was where the old Casablanca used to be down the docks.
Right.
And she's decided to reopen it. And it's brand new, but it's now called the New Casablanca Club. And she had a birthday bash. So I went down just to have a glass and say, happy birthday. And who was there but Carwyn Is it Carwyn Jones or Carwyn James?
Carwyn Jones. Carwyn James was the rugby coach.
That's right, Carwyn Jones. And he walks past me and he stopped and he came back. He went, "My shout." I said, "You've seen it?" He said, "Yeah, I'm on the board." He said, "I've seen it. It was very good." So I did that. And somebody's asked me to do my Frankie Vaughan show again.
Fantastic.
Because I toured that, as you know, and all over the country with it. Yeah. And I put it to bed, It's a big show. I got to learn 50, how many songs did I sing? But 20 songs, I suppose. And then we do the dialogue and talk about his life. It's a proper show,
Yeah, fantastic.
So I'll have to relearn it now.
Fantastic. Well, I tell you, my new.
What about you? What are you doing?
Well, my old new album's out on Spotify and Twitter and all that. And
you're all doing that, yeah.
Because my old, when Toby Falatau, remember Toby Falatau? He decided he was fed up of being called Toby. His real name's Talupe Falatau.
Oh, right, that's right.
And he was just, when he was a kid growing up in Wales, it was easier to call him Toby than Talupe.
Talupe, yeah.
And I was Maldwyn till I was about 12 or 13. I went to London, they couldn't get it right, Maldwyn, and then I went to university, they called me Mal. So, I thought, right, Talupe Falatau, I'm going to, new album, go to Prague, record the orchestra, new album. I'm going to become Maldwyn Pope. Maldwyn means bold friend. Bold, not bold.
Yeah.
Not
as
bold.
long as it's not malintent,
Well, the thing is, Mal Pope means bad Pope. In French.
That's right, because there's Mal.
Mal Pope, he's a bad Pope. And I thought, no, I can't be the bad. I want to be the good friend Pope. And anyway, I changed it. I put the album out, Butterfly Maldwyn Pope. I know these algorithms, they just find, nobody ever heard of Maldwyn Pope, not for 40 years. So, it got even less recognition than my other albums. So I took it down. I've changed it now to Butterfly Mal Pope.
That's good.
So I am the.
Well, I got to tell you, somebody's put on Facebook. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen it. It said the heading is, I don't know about Nessa having all these jobs. What about this guy? And they've got me with the 3 parts I played as the disc jockey, as the cafe owner, and as the bingo caller.
Fantastic.
And it's had like 800 hits since yesterday, 76 shares, saying, I never knew that. Why didn't I notice this? All those kind of funny replies,
Yeah, well, it's enormous, isn't it? It's still enormous, Gavin, it's Stacey.
Oh, yeah, they love it still. They love it.
Brilliant. Well, let's hope it all comes together. My knee comes together, your vertigo goes, your 80th birthday is a big success, and so is your new career as Frankie Vaughan and acting, and the new album, I have more releases than Wormwood Scrubs.
I know. You make more records including shit.
So, look, lovely to see you. I'm glad your holiday went well.
You.
And, we keep in touch and let's do it again next week, shall we?
I'll talk to you next week and tell you how my party went.
Fantastic. So, from 79-year-old Johnny to...
So, yes, listen to Radio Cymru on Friday and you'll know the truth.
Fantastic.
If you can speak Welsh, because I'm going to have to brush up my Cymraeg.
Aye, Penblwydd hapus i ti. Penblwydd hapus.
Diolch yn fawr, mae rhaid i fi siarad efo Sian Coffee.
I will have a chat. We'll see you next week. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.
Okay, ta-ra, Malwyn.